All right, welcome back to another video in the Facebook Marketplace dropshipping course. In this video, we're going to be going over the email notifications function inside of SKU Grid. So if you ever used SKU Grid in the past, you knew that it would connect into whatever marketplace you were selling on and automatically reprice. I've already talked with the owner of SKU Grid, and the second that becomes available, it will be something that they automatically will start working on and implement as quickly as possible for us. So in the meantime, we can set up email notifications to get notified by email from SKU Grid and then go in there and make edits on our own manually by hand. It does sound a little tedious, but hopefully these items don't change that much, go in and out of stock that much. It shouldn't lead to that big of an issue. And as long as you have a process set in place to change things every once in a while. First off, one thing to mention is that with the profits being that high, if the price changes a couple dollars, you're not going to be really missing out on much. So it's really not as much about the price changes as much as it is about the stock changes. And from there, we're just gonna have to honestly deal with it. So how do we go about it? What do we do? Well, first off, you wanna go into your settings, which I have brought up right here. And I'm just going to show you pretty much what I do. So click on settings right here. You wanna go to notifications. And then right here, I have my email blurred out, but pretty much you just want to fill out everything else that I have. So email for notifications is going to be your own email. If you want to put in another one, have two. I don't know why you would. You can split it by a semicolon. I've never done it. I'm assuming it would just be like this, and then you add in another email. But I mean, I've never done it. So after that, maximum items to include in an email. 1,000 is never going to happen. Unless something catastrophic goes wrong. So it defaults 1,000. Just leave it at that. Depending on how quickly or how often you want to actually receive emails, I just set it to every hour. I know a lot of people don't want it that much, so maybe 12 hours. It's really up to you. You'll get emails, say if in the last 3 hours, like 4 things changed, then you'll get an email, and you have it set to every 3 hours, then you'll get an email that the 4 things changed in the last 3 hours. If you set it to every hour, then maybe only 2 of those 4 from the 3 hours happened in the last hour. So it's pretty much up to how many emails you want to get bombarded with, and what you actually how quickly you want to actually get to these issues. Group emails by type. I put yes here, so it's actually going to send like, oh, this is a stock change, and then sometimes it'll show price increase, price decrease. Decrease is nothing to really worry about. Price increase, as long as it's not too bad of a price increase, isn't really that big of a deal, but you want the stock change ones to come in separately because you want to, make sure that that's the thing that you're actually keeping track of as much as possible. Notifications on stock change, yes. Notifications on item sale, no, that won't even work for this premise. Notification on long dispatch time, yes, that's another thing. It's pretty much the same thing as out of stock. Your item went to a long dispatch time. You really don't want to be relying on the fact that maybe your supplier will get it out in time when clearly the supplier says that they won't get it out for a while. And you don't want it to be utilizing the tracking hack and all this stuff, to save yourself some headaches and change the stock to out of stock when it goes to a long dispatch. Receive notifications when the item got back from long dispatch status. Yes, because if you want to sell the item and it was a good one, then why not put it back in stock when it is, readily available at your supplier. By how much should the price decrease before notification is sent? By how much should the price increase before notification is sent? Right here, I put $1. The reason why I put $1 here instead of like a penny is because if you're drop shipping Amazon onto Facebook Marketplace, Amazon changes up and down like a couple pennies all the time. Like that's just Amazon repricers doing their repricing. And you don't really want to be getting a notification nonstop about, oh, this one went up 2 pennies. This one went down 3 pennies, It's not that big of a deal. If we're working with this big of a margin, a couple pennies, a couple cents, 50 cents, even $1, it really doesn't matter that much. Get emails if credits are running low. Yes, that's going to be important. You don't want to run out of credits because without credits, then your items won't get checked. Group by marketplace? No. Auto schedule, export CSV? No. Notification when marketplace, keywords become invalid? No, because we're not using anything like that right now. So click Save Settings. You'll be good to go. So pretty much I listed these items in here yesterday, and one thing that did happen was this was an Amazon item. This was shipped and sold by Amazon, and it went out of stock, but it does say that it's in stock. So something either triggered or it went out of stock for a bit, but I did in fact get an email that it went out of stock, but then it went back in stock. Or maybe I don't know. Maybe the price changed? No. I'm not sure. But this is what an email does look like. I didn't have it split up between price change or stock change at the moment, or when I first set it up, because I just created the account for this course. But this is what it will look like. But now that we split it up between stock change, price increase, and price decrease, it will tell you in the email header what it was. And then one of the biggest things that's very important here that I forgot to mention earlier is that right when you save the settings on your email notification settings, you're going to get an email from SKUGrid that looks like this. Make sure that you accept this, because you will not get any emails unless you click the link and verify that your email wants to receive notifications. You need to be doing that. So also, if you have any issues with it, we have 2 help articles down below from SKUGrid on pretty much, one is like what does everything mean inside of the notification settings section, and another is what happens if you click this link and you're still not getting notifications. So we're gonna have more videos breaking down like the notifications, what to do, how to go into your account and everything like that. But pretty much that is exactly what we want to be doing here. So let me know if you have any questions. This was a more quicker and simpler video out there, but it is very, very, very important for the smooth running of your store to make sure that it actually does everything that it should be. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you have any questions down below or in the Facebook group. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.